India is playing tomorrow. It's India's first game. They take on UAE, and this is happening in Dubai. I tried having this discussion in our pre-match. I spoke about it a little bit in our mid-match as well. But that's where all the fun is. That's where all the discussion is. We'll have a look at India's squad. All those questions we don't know. But Harsha, I've been seeing all your previews on who you think is going to be in the 11. You wanted Washi to be here in this 15, which hasn't happened. But do you see the clear Sanju Samson sitting out and Shubman coming in?
I also sadly see Rinku Singh sitting out. The only way, the moment you picked Shubman Gill in this side, and the reason I was a little skeptical about that was not because Shubman Gill is good enough or not good enough as a T20 player. There's never any doubt about that. But because if India do make the final, as they should, you're playing on the 28th. So you come back to India 29th afternoon. It's a 30th September. You maybe rest after a big tournament. You get one net on the first. Second is a test match, which Shubman Gill is captain of. And so that is why I thought it might not be a good idea. But clearly, this is a dress rehearsal. They're trying to find their best team for the T20 World Cup. So you can see why they wanted Shubman Gill in. But the moment they got Gill in, it was clear there was going to be a shootout between Tilak Varma and Sanju Samson for number 3, which has implications for someone like a Rinku Singh down the order, because now the moment you don't play Sanju Samson, you're going to have to play Jitesh Sharma down. The moment you play Jitesh Sharma down, it's a shootout between Dubey and Rinku. And from all that we're hearing, they want Shivam Dubey to be capable of bowling 1 or 2 overs. Morne Morkel said maybe 4. That might be a way of boosting his confidence. But if Dubey is going to play, then sadly it means that Rinku goes out too.
And what happens with the bowlers for tomorrow?
My gut feel is still that Kuldeep might sit out tomorrow.
Varun comes in, Kuldeep sits out.
That's my gut feel, because they must play Arshdeep. And I know they want to play till number 8. So that's my gut feel.
Are you on the same page as Harsha, or do you see a different change for tomorrow?
I can see what Harsha is saying, and I think it'll be on very similar lines. But the only thing which I want to see personally is, you look at X-Factor players, and Suryakumar Yadav was the most dreaded batter in T20 history for a few years, 2-3 years. His form has dipped from the time he's relinquished his spot to Tilak Varma. He was batting at 3, he gave it to Tilak Varma. Tilak has done exceptionally well. But who's the X-Factor? I want Surya as a captain. Yes, he has not lost a series as a captain. But Surya, the batter, is what India wants. And I still feel that number 3 is his best spot. Tilak can bat at other spots.
So Tilak comes at 4, you say?
I want Surya to bat at number 3.
My gut feel is they might play it by ear, because you've got a left-right opening combination. They might just play it by ear. If Shubman goes out early, then Sky comes in. If Abhishek gets out early, then Tilak comes in. They might play it like that. But, I mean, the story goes that Tilak Varma went up to Suryakumar Yadav and said, can you give me 3? He said, okay, take 3. And since then, I mean, he's averaging 49, striking 155, Tilak Varma.
Yeah, I know.
And you saw what happened when Mumbai Indians pushed Tilak Varma down to 5. It just did not work.
No, but Surya did well at number 3.
Surya will do well anyway, yeah. But you're right.
But Surya, for India, hasn't done well at the spot from the time he's become a captain. And the second thing, I don't know whether you agree with, yes, Shubman has been elevated to vice captaincy, and maybe going forward with him being a young player with the test captaincy being handed to him, does it become a hindrance? Does he tread on Suryakumar's toes because he's the test captain? Sometimes do you end up giving too much advice? So it will be an interesting dynamic, because him and Gautam Gambhir have an understanding now, having spent 3 months together as coach and captain. Surya and Gigi have also had an understanding, but as a vice captain, you're in the leadership group and you're going to be on the field, yourself being a GT captain and a VC of this team. How does the dynamic play out?
My other concern also is, how does Suryakumar Yadav look at this? Is Suryakumar Yadav looking over his shoulder saying, does this mean that Shubman is the next captain? So if, I hope, I don't know how these things happen. Yeah, I don't know how these things happen at that level. But in a more company environment, someone like a Suryakumar Yadav would have been told, today, you're captain at the T20 World Cup now. We'll look at everything else after the T20 World Cup, but we're telling you now you're going to be captain of the T20 World Cup. You don't have to look over your shoulders. You don't have to worry, is Shubman going to be captain for that either? Shubman's 26. He's got a lot of time ahead of him, and it's inevitable that he will become the T20 captain at some point. But at this stage, it's very important for Suryakumar Yadav to know that he's captain all the way through to the T20 World Cup.
But don't you think that communication would have happened?
I'm fairly certain. I hope it has definitely happened. I think it's there, but I'd like to know that it's definitely happened. Yeah.
All right, then let's have a look at UAE squad and see what they have in store for tomorrow's game. Harsha, the captain, Mohammad Wasim, gives them those starts that they want. And of course, we've seen when they come out, there's a story with Samarjit Singh as well, with Junaid Siddiqui. So they have got a team. The coach has said that we want to challenge India. So there's all that. That's also happening in the media. Lalchand Rajput went and said that we'd want to beat India.
Yeah, he's got to say what he has to say, doesn't he? And it's a nice thing. I hope they go out there thinking that can happen. Remember, there have been a few results in recent times. You've got to go back to USA versus Pakistan.
Yes.
At the T20 World Cup of 24. If that can happen, then any other result can happen. So I hope they come out thinking like that. I would also like to see how this UAE team plays post 2 or 3 seasons of the ILT20. Because with the IL20, a lot of them have had the opportunity of playing with established stars. So we're hearing, for example, that a player like Sharafu, for example, is being mentored virtually on a one-on-one basis by Andre Russell.
Yes.
So because they've had the opportunity of playing there, and Wasim has done well, Junaid has done well, I'd like to see that reflected now, 3 seasons of the IL20, reflected in the way they play this game.
I think 12 players have played the ILT20, yes. So they have had that kind of exposure also. They've beaten Bangladesh at home, so they have beaten them in a series, which gives them that confidence coming into the Asia Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. And also they've got somebody like Lalchand Rajput. Just jog your mind back to 2007 World Cup. He was the coach. He's had some fine success with the Indian team as well. I think when we won in Australia, he was the coach as well. And he knows how to handle players. At the end of the day, all these teams, apart from having good players, they also need very good coaches who have that mindset to drive them forward. Sometimes it is better to invest in a very, very, very good coach because it's the mindset which drives you forward. Yes, there are a few players, many expats going from Pakistan, India, Sri Lanka to many of these places, and they are the one who are plying their trade. But you also want a coach who drives the future forward, who has those ideas, which galvanizes teams in games like these. Because at the end of the day, when you're up against an India, when you're up against a Pakistan, sometimes you have to shrug the thought in your head that, oh, we are minnows. Yes. You need somebody like Ravi Shastri maybe who gives you that boost and says, go, you'll be the champion if you believe in yourself. I think you want people like that. And just in the way you conduct your practice sessions and other things, I think you need solid coaches. And it's good. I'm very happy that Lalchand Rajput has said that. It actually injects a bit of fuel into them, making them believe. Maybe it's an illusion, maybe it's a fantasy, but at least there is something to dream about.
Yes.
And that is important.